exceptional military machines in human history, as well as the stealthiest submarines in the world. Representing America's ace in the hole, they carry megatons of nuclear firepower while patrolling the world's oceans. Equipped with Trident missiles, these submarines can deliver precise and devastating strikes from virtually anywhere on the globe, ensuring that any nuclear attack on the United States will not go unpunished. Even a single vessel could reduce as many as 288 city-sized targets into radioactive ash in less than 30 minutes. Their advanced technology and formidable firepower make them a crucial component of America's strategic deterrence, ensuring global peace and security. The Ohio class is a class of nuclear-powered submarines consisting of 14 ballistic missile submarines, SSBNs, and 4 cruise missile submarines, SSGNs. Each displacing 18,750 tons submerged, the Ohio class are the largest submarines ever built for the U.S. Navy. Now they are also the second largest submarines, after the 24,000 tons Boret class. Capable of carrying 24 Trident II missiles each, the Ohio class is equipped with more missiles than the Boret class, which carries 16 missiles. The biggest submarine ever built on Earth, the Soviet-era 48,000-ton Typhoon class, was retired in 2023. If you do the math, the Ohio-class submarines may be the most destructive weapon system ever created by humankind. These submarines are part of the United States nuclear deterrent triad, along with U.S. Air Force strategic bombers and intercontinental ballistic missiles. The 14 SSBNs collectively carry about half of the America's active strategic thermonuclear warheads. Although the Trident missiles have no preset targets when the submarines go on patrol, they can be assigned targets quickly by the U.S. Strategic Command based in Nebraska, using secure and constant radio communication links, including very low-frequency systems. Back in the early 1970s, the Ohio submarines were developed in response to the need for a larger missile submarine capable of carrying the next generation and beyond of submarine-launched ballistic missiles. The first 8 Ohio-class submarines were initially armed with 24 SLBMs. Beginning with the 9th submarine, Tennessee, the remaining boats were equipped with the larger 3-stage Trident II D5 missile. As part of the New START Treaty, 4 tubes on each SSBN were deactivated in 2017, reducing the number of missiles to 20 per boat. The Trident I carries up to 8 Mark IV reentry vehicles with W-76 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of 100 kilotons TNT, and has a range of 4,600 miles. The Trident II D5 is a larger, heavier missile. Its payload includes a post-boost vehicle that can carry up to 12 reentry vehicles, though New START Treaty limits the number to 8. These reentry vehicles can be either the Mark IV, with a W-76 100 kiloton yield warhead, or the Mark V, with a W-88 475 kiloton yield warhead. The missile has a maximum effective range of 7,456 miles. This considerable range upgrade makes it possible for a submarine equipped with Trident D5 missiles to strike any point in Russia. This is a nightmarish weapon of the apocalypse. No possible excuse is there for such monstrous, nation-destroying weaponry. The logic of nuclear deterrence. While a first strike might wipe out a country's land-based missiles and nuclear bombers, it's very difficult to track a ballistic missile submarine patrolling quietly in the depths of the ocean, and there's little hope of taking them all out in a first strike. Thus, ballistic missile submarines promise the unstoppable hand of nuclear retribution, and should deter any sane adversary from attempting a first strike or resorting to nuclear weapons at all. At least, that's the hope. As such, the Trident-armed Ohio-class submarines will have succeeded in their mission if they never fire their weapons in anger. In 1994, the Nuclear Posture Review Study determined that, of the 18 Ohio SSBNs the Navy would be operating in total, 14 would be sufficient for strategic needs. The decision was made to convert 4 Ohio-class boats into SSGNs, capable of conducting conventional land attacks and special operations. As a result, the 4 oldest boats of the class, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, and Georgia, progressively entered the conversion process in late 2002 and were returned to active service by 2008. Each submarine had its its ballistic missile tubes reworked to carry up to 7 Tomahawk cruise missiles, for a total of 154 missiles per submarine. A single submarine can strike up to 154 targets with a 1-ton warhead at ranges of nearly 1,000 miles, providing a valuable capability in conventional conflict. The guided missile variants represent a potent kick-down-the-door capability, striking enemy command and control and air defense assets before friendly manned aircraft come within range. These submarines also come armed with Mark 48 torpedoes. The Mark 48 is a heavyweight acoustic homing torpedo designed to take out enemy shipping. Designed and built by Lockheed Martin, the Mark 48 has a modular design that allows updates to its digital guidance system software. This is an essential feature, as it enables weapon systems to remain in mission-capable service for longer periods of time. A Mark 48 weighs around 3,700 pounds, is 19 feet long, and has a 21-inch diameter. It carries a 650 pounds high-explosive warhead and has an operational range of up to 31 miles at lower speeds. When targeting fast-moving objects, the Mark 48 can reach speeds close to 65 miles per hour, making it highly effective at neutralizing targets. However, these are intended primarily for self-defense. A ballistic missile submarine's job isn't to hunt enemy ships and submarines, but to lie as low and quiet as possible to deny adversaries any means of tracking their movements. The submarine's nuclear reactor gives it virtually unlimited underwater endurance and the ability to maintain cruising speeds of 20 knots, 23 miles per hour, while producing very little noise. Unlike other military branches that are often called to respond to immediate crises, nuclear submarines adhere to a steady and meticulously planned routine of patrols. This strategic approach minimizes communication, allowing them to remain as stealthy and undetectable as possible. Each Ohio-class submarine operates with 2 dedicated crews, known as the Gold and Blue Teams, each consisting of 154 officers and enlisted personnel. Alternate these crews, ensuring continuous operation and maintaining a high level of readiness and efficiency. Patrols typically last between 70 and 90 days underwater, during which the crew relies on their training and the submarine's advanced technology to navigate and complete their mission without external support. The longest recorded patrol for an Ohio-class submarine is an impressive 140 days, achieved by the USS Pennsylvania. This extended deployment is a testament to the resilience and dedication of the crew, as well as the robust engineering of the submarine itself. These patrols ensure that the United States maintains a continuous and formidable underwater presence, ready to respond to any potential threats while remaining concealed beneath the ocean's surface. The U.S. Department of Defense anticipated a continued need for a sea-based strategic nuclear force, with the first Ohio-class SSBN expected to retire by 2030. To meet this timeline, a replacement submarine needed to be seaworthy by then, with an estimated cost of over $4 billion per unit, compared to the Ohio's $2 billion. In 2007, the U.S. Navy began a cost control study with Electric Boat and Newport News Shipbuilding. By December 2008, Electric Boat was awarded a contract worth up to $592 million for the missile compartment design of the Ohio-class replacement. The Columbia-class was officially designated on December 14, 2016, with the lead submarine being USS District of Columbia. The Navy plans to procure the first Columbia-class boat, with entry into service by 2031. U.S. Navy officials discussed extending the lives of select Ohio-class boats. During the 2022 conference, Rear Admirals Scott Peppernow and Douglas G. Perry mentioned the possibility of extending the service life of Ohio-class boats with sufficient remaining nuclear fuel and good material condition.
800-3800. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center may not be available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not an offer. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or an mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-857-8866. 800-857-8866. 800-857-8866.
Ted Danson here, and I want to let you know about my new podcast. It's called Where Everybody Knows Your Name, with me, Ted Danson, and Woody Harrelson. We're introducing each other to the friends we've met, and trust me, it's always a great hang when Woody's there.
Listen on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tonight, President Biden trying to put to bed concerns about his candidacy, including touting the full ticket with Vice President Kamala Harris.
I thought she was qualified to be president. From the very beginning. I made no bones about that. She was qualified to be president.
Well, some critics have hinted that Biden isn't dropping out because he thinks that Harris isn't ready. It's not what he said, of course. And as you heard, Biden says that that is not the case. And tonight, the New York Times is reporting that the Biden campaign is testing
Today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com. Odoo. Modern management made simple.
Family, friends, and even police were stunned by the sheer audacity of Kathy Lorick's murder.
For this attack to be with a lot of people who realistically could have been around the incident at the time it occurred, it's pretty brazen and, pretty bold on the part of the suspect.
An encampment of several dozen homeless people just a quarter mile from the trail meant a random attack was a real possibility.
There had been concerns about transients and homeless people on that trail previously, and a lot of folks felt it just wasn't safe to go out on that trail.
But that wasn't the only possibility.
There are numerous access and exit points to this canal trail, either by the public roadways, by individuals using adjacent fields, and access gates.
The murder weapon was a broken piece of metal fencing.
This perpetrator actually broke off a piece of metal fence post, and it appears that they waited for her to return from her walk and then dragged her off the trail.
There was blood, but no prints on the murder weapon. Kathy's autopsy confirmed that she'd been sexually assaulted. The DNA profile from Kathy Lorick's rape kit didn't match any in the statewide DNA database of known criminal offenders. It didn't match Juan Sanchez, the man who found Kathy's cell phone, either.
He appeared to be very truthful to us. He didn't have any trouble answering our questions, and he volunteered to take a voice stress analyzer test, which he took and passed.
In a search for suspects, police rounded up everyone who was on or near the trail at the time of the murder. Some were homeless people. Others were joggers and bikers. About a half dozen of them told a story that was remarkably consistent.
They had seen a male standing at the fence line looking into the canal and talking about the little fishes in the canal, and drawing this to the attention of people that were walking by. And this person seemed like they were out of place. He was a white male, maybe 6 feet tall, maybe early 30s, kind of heavy set, not muscular, but maybe a little bit overweight, brownish blonde hair, and disheveled. Some of the people described him as possibly transient or homeless.
Two of these potential witnesses were sent to police sketch artist Gil Zamora.
I asked them the question, if you saw him again, would you recognize him? They say yes. then I know that I can draw the sketch.
With each witness, Zamora tried to induce deep relaxation, and then had them describe what they saw. Eventually, these two drawings emerged from witnesses who had never spoken with each other. Except for the sunglasses, the sketches were virtually identical.
They were two independent witnesses, and they did not know each other. I think these witnesses both saw the same person.
Then police got a huge break. Investigators using K9 teams identified a potential lead.
They were able to track a scent trail to a residential area in Concord that was very close to the canal trail.
A background check revealed a man living in this neighborhood had a criminal history. He also looked similar to the composite drawings. His name was Mark Fisher.
He was known to be violent to his relatives, violent to police officers, and to other public officials.
Witnesses in the park were shown a photo lineup which included...
Three of the witnesses were positive that the photo of Mr. Fisher was the subject they had seen on the trail.
But when investigators went to Fisher's house, they got some shocking news.
The police were met by a relative who told them, "You haven't heard? My brother, Mr. Fisher, just killed himself, jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and committed suicide."
Mark Fisher killed himself less than 24 hours after Kathy's murder.
This person now kills himself a day after this type of crime. There are no coincidences like that. You know, it just doesn't happen in my experience.
It was our belief that after the assault, that he felt remorse, that he felt guilt, and he just couldn't live with what he had done.
A search of Fisher's room seemed to confirm his role in the murder.
We found a pair of sunglasses similar to the type of sunglasses seen in the sketch.
They seized some clothing that appeared to have bloodstains on it. A newspaper in the house was open to an article about the murder, and a picture of the suspect sketch was there as well.
The circumstantial evidence clearly pointed to Mark Fisher as the killer. But would the forensic evidence agree?
Hey, I'm Kenny Tresman. Spread the word that my SiriusXM channel, No Shoes Radio, is free to listen in cars now through July 31st. You'll hear my music and some of my personal favorites, plus guest DJs, live songs, and backstage jams on tour. Hanging in the tailgates with No Shoes Nation and a lot more. Now through July 31st. Go to SiriusXM.com/No Shoes Radio. Listen free to learn more.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-722-1144. 800-722-1144. 800-722-1144.
My mechanic said I needed a new engine. A friend recommended Ox Car Care, and I'm so glad I got a plan. My mechanic showed me the deal and said Ox took care of it.
Call Ox Car Care now to get your automobile protected. Then when your vehicle breaks down, simply take it to your mechanic. Ox will pay them directly, so there's no waiting for a check in the mail or complicated paperwork.
I've tried other auto warranty companies, and they just pass you from phone number to phone number just to file a claim. Or with Ox, it's just one phone call, one company, and they handle everything.
Ox Car Care is A+ rated. We've helped thousands of people save money from unexpected auto repairs. See why so many mechanics and car owners prefer Ox Car Care. Drive with absolute peace of mind.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote, 800-281-55 $800-881-5252. Protect your car today, no matter the mileage. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-281-5597, 800-281-5597, or oxcarcare.com.
If you want to make a full-time income trading but can't find the right system, listen up. I'm Todd Rampey with Wealth Builders Institute, and today I want to give you a $500 options video training lesson for free. This extremely valuable video will show you how my TSO method follows the lead of the professional traders, the same experts making millions of dollars a year. I've used this for 25 years to make a full-time income living in countries across the world and enjoying lifestyle freedom. So if you failed with other trading systems, they're probably just too complicated or they flat out don't work. My TSO method is as simple as 1, 2, 3. One strategy, 2 hours a day, trading just 3 stocks. So why does it work so well? Because we ride the coattails of big money on Wall Street. And when my rules line up, 75% of the time, the price changes direction, creating a profit opportunity. So if you want to learn how to spot these big money reversals, call 800-881-5252 now to get your free copy of my book, Get Paid, Learn to Trade. Plus, I'll include the $500 video lesson for free. No credit card required. Call 800-881-5252. 800-881-5252. 800-881-5252.
Police were certain Mark Fisher was the man who sexually assaulted and murdered Kathy Lawrence along the jogging trails. Police sniffer dogs tracked the killer's trail right to his front door. Several eyewitnesses chose his picture from a photo lineup, and it appeared he committed suicide just as police were about to arrest him. After Fisher's suicide, scientists took a DNA sample in the morgue and compared Fisher's DNA profile to the biological evidence from Kathy Lawrence's rape test kit. Shockingly, it didn't match.
We strongly believe that Mark Fisher was responsible for Kathy's death. All of a sudden, he's not. What that means to us is that we have an individual that's still out walking about who can do this again. It basically
Aloha.
to ground zero.
Hello.
Start over again.
Hello.
With a
How are you?
still on the loose.
How are you?
It's 20. Are you leaving the ticket? Are you staying and all that? What I wanted to do was just watch him pay
Coordinated
through.
Fred's been there for 100 years.
Daily, not obscure foreign policy problem involving our two biggest superpower rivals. And he wound around a bit, but, you know, he did address it and hit all of the major points. I had to sort of step in and say, are you trying to disrupt it? And he said, at one point, yes, but I'm not going to tell you how.
Were you satisfied to think that he was responding to you off the cuff with a basis of understanding from the briefings that you were aware that he was receiving?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I knew that he was discussing this topic with his aides, you know, very frequently. It's the biggest foreign policy problem in many ways that they face, the most complex and long-lasting, and I just wanted to see how he dealt with it. The question that you showed, though, which was, are you prepared 3 years from now to sit down and see Putin the way he did in 2021, his one meeting, or with Xi Jinping, was an effort to get him, this did not work as well, to address whether he thinks he would be in good enough shape 3 years from now to go, you know, one-to-one with Vladimir Putin. He interpreted it somewhat differently and basically said, I'm dealing with Xi now. I'll always be ready to go deal with them, but I'm refusing to talk to Putin. It was an interesting answer. I was just trying to get him away. Every time you ask him how he's going to be in the future, he tells you what he's done in the past. And I was just trying to see if I could get him to talk about the future.
Frankly, quite indicative of the pivot that many politicians do every single day, but obviously viewed differently these days. But there's a split screen that's happening. While this was going on, and while he's been dealing with NATO and the summit, you've got the split screen of Trump meeting with Viktor Orban at Mar-a-Lago. And I'm wondering, what is that meeting about, and how are you seeing that split screen?
So, Trump has a fascination with Orban. You know, Trump could be trying to meet in advance with the leaders of Germany or France or the new leader of Britain. Instead, what he's doing is meeting with Europe's sort of sole remaining strongman, a member of the EU and of NATO, but you're sort of wondering here why it is that Orban is still in the midst of NATO, right? And the answer is there's no way to expel him. But he's the only one who Trump really likes because he admires him for his authoritarian tactics.
David, really fascinating to think about how all this is unfolding, not only through your own mind, but those of the voters as well. David, thank you so much.
Great to be with you.
And thank you all for watching. The Source is next.
Hi everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions for free. Call now and find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-400-3800. I'm here with spokesman John Wolf. So John, tell everyone listening who should call right now.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here. It's always nice to answer the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, anyone who's been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, give us a call right now. 800-400-3800. You'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, John. You heard it, folks. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now. 800-400-3800.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center may not be available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not an offer. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.